Today we are examining Grid Engineering's FGT3 steering wheel, a replica of the Ferrari 488 GT3 GTE racing wheel. We first notice the 5mm carbon fiber plate on the front surface. The carbon plate has a slight chamfer edge profile. The rear housing is anodized billet aluminum with Grid Engineering magnetic shifters. The shift paddles are also machined from 5mm carbon fiber plate. The wheel's mounting bolt pattern is 6 by 70mm PCD, but only 3 M5 bolt locations are used. The data connector is a USB 5-pin DIN Lumberg style connector, including a coiled cable. The wheel has silicone molded grips. They are grippy, easy to clean, and a bit squishy. Overall wheel width is 310 millimeters. The momentary buttons are auto P9 switches. Firm resistance with positive tactile clicks are felt. And one two-way switch below the flash button. The two bottom ELMA rotary incremental encoders are 16+1 position with aluminum knobs that can be depressed. 7-way inputs are also included. Also, we have 4 programmable RGB LEDs. They can be programmed with software such as SimHub. The silkscreen labels are pre-applied by the manufacturer. The shifters have firm resistance with no. Let's look at some differences between this replica and a real Ferrari wheel. The genuine front carbon fiber plate is molded with a radius edge profile, not a chamfer edge. The genuine rear housing is molded using carbon fiber as well. The gear shifter mechanisms would have offset 3-dimensional molded carbon fiber paddles, not flat CNC cutouts, and a horizontal bolt pattern for adjusting the paddle width. The real GT3 wheel also has flat push buttons. The real Challenge EVO wheel does not have the 2 encoders at the top and also different encoder knobs at the bottom, as well as a different button layout, and a row of 8 LEDs instead of 2 pair, and 3 by 50.8mm PCD mounting pattern. Look at the internals of the FGT3 wheel. Grid made a custom PCB with a clean layout. The autos are through-hole soldered. The encoders have soldered header pins. The shifters have Molex connectors. We also see a pair of small PCBs for the LEDs. The 4 center lock nuts and screws are purely cosmetic. On the genuine wheel, each pair of screws attach to gear shifter housings, but on this replica wheel, the shifters are mounted to the rear aluminum housing. We see strengthening ribs in the rear and bosses to support the center of the front plate. The shifter horizontal positions can be adjusted via 4 screws in addition to the paddles. The screws do have thread locker, so reapply them when reassembling. After reassembling the front and rear halves, I tightened the nuts for the rotary encoders. This eliminated some of the shaft play encountered out of the box. These threads did not have any thread locker sealant applied, so I added blue Loctite to prevent future loosening. The shifter magnets are held on by magnetic force only. Adding some strong adhesive can keep them from falling out or sticking to another ferrous metal. If you don't like the loud clacks of the shifters, you can wrap heat shrink tubing or rubber bands for silencing. My steering wheel mounting solution is the SimLab Quick Release, a replica of the Crontec QR03 mounting system. Also, I have a 50mm spacer from Advanced Autosport, which is held together with M5 by 60mm screws. Overall, this is a quality product, with minor quality control issues such as the loose encoder shafts. After using this wheel for 6 months, all the buttons and shifters feel as good as new, with no wear on the grips. However, the laminate edge started to peel. A clear coat on the machined edges could be an improvement,